What up, world? What up, me? This is Drewize. Come here like this. Drewize Topics. Topic is this evening, I like to discuss, what I'm saying, that it's so true, it is so real that some people don't even look at this. Topic is when you argue with someone, that is your friend, your mother, your father, your brother, your sister, your cousin, whoever person on this earth. Did you know sometimes when you argue with someone, do you know sometimes that can escalate into a high level measure as far as taking it up a notch like this? You get an argument with someone, you can argue on the littlest things sometimes, the littlest things. But sometimes in that argument, you argue with whoever. Sometimes you might wind up killing that person. When you argue, it escalates to fighting, and then escalate you picking up a knife or you picking up a gun and killing that person. I was flipping through the channels, today, not too long ago. I was flipping through the channels, and they showed an old recording show of the 48 hours, Now, you could tell it was old. You could tell it was filmed old, like recorded old, the show. This woman, black woman, she got in trouble. She got to go to jail probably, or they were saying she ain't gonna go to jail. You ain't gonna go to jail. That's a lie. You going to jail. She killed someone over a argument, over argument. She killed someone. And I said that is deep, that is deep and that is true, Folks that get to argue with each other, sometimes you take it up a notch, over the littlest things that can be avoided, can be totally avoided, This woman killed one of her in-laws, They got into an argument, One way escalated to another. She picked up a knife and stabbed that other person, her in-law, in the family, I'm like, dang. See, that's why I don't argue with people. I do not even fool with people. I do not argue with people. No, I don't. I do not, because some people, don't know when to let it go or walk away, They want to steal and lash out, throw words, back and forth words, and they say, and then once you argue, then you get to fighting, and then it gets so heated, it gets so heated, and the temperature of that argument, that fight, rises up, and then you wind up getting a hold of a knife or a gun, and go put that person down, and you're like, oh, dang, I didn't mean to do that, oh, man, what did I do, For real, I don't even argue with folks, I don't even, if I sense an argument, if I'm arguing with somebody that I don't know, or my brother, my sister, my mother, my father, my cousin, my grandmother, whoever, I'm going to say, okay, I'm gonna leave it alone, I'm going to walk away, because sometimes when you argue like that, you take it to a high, tremendous level, as far as reaching for a weapon, like there's a knife or a gun. Heck no, hell no, little arguments can kill somebody, so you get killed over an argument, people don't realize that. People do not realize that at all, not at all, do not realize that, if people in today's world have been sent to jail, sent to the penitentiary, because of a heated argument escalate to something else, far as you picking up something and you reaching for a knife, a kitchen knife, a butcher knife, or a little pocket knife, and you go to stabbing that person out of heat of rage and anger, or you shoot that person down, and then you see that person laying there on the ground, gorging out blood, life is oozing out that person, you be like, oh man, I didn't mean to do. Oh man, I didn't mean to do that. Oh man, what did I do? What did I do? You know, that's why I don't argue with people. You know what I'm saying? I do not argue with people at all. You know, I don't argue with my mother. I don't argue with my brother. I don't argue with my sister. I don't argue with my father. I don't argue with my grandmother. I don't even argue with my cousins. You know what I'm saying? Oh no. Because that woman on that TV, you know what I'm saying? A long time ago, this show is old. You know what I'm saying? They played it on A&E, you know, cable. The 48 hours, you know. She killed one of her in-laws, you know, over a disagreement and an argument, whatever, you know, because somebody was trying to harm her and her daughter or something like that, whatever, you know. Well, if someone's trying to harm you, you know what I'm saying, I would think you would try to report that, you know what I'm saying, to the law enforcement, you know what I'm saying. Don't take it in your own hands, because you take it in your own hands, it's going to go down a way that you just like, oh man, what did I do? What did I do? You know, for real. This woman was talking to, she was a black woman, was talking to the the detective, you know, the officer. And she knows she was guilty, and she was like, she crying and stuff like that, and she was like, I can't believe I did this. I can't believe I did it. And she's supposed to be a Christian woman, you know what I'm saying? A Christian woman. And the detective, the white detective officer was like, I'm a Christian man. And he was saying all this about God and things like that. You know what I'm saying? Talk about, you're not going to go to jail and blah, 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 blah. Well, you killed somebody. You know what I'm saying? You killed somebody. It wasn't no self-defense. You know what I'm saying? You straight up killed somebody. You know what I'm saying? Them officers be lying just to make you feel comfortable, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Once that you stand in front of that judge, you stand in front of that judge. The judge get the information about what you did. He passed it to the jury and blah, blah, blah. The judge say, you going to be sentenced to that. You know? Arguing with folks is not worth it at all. Argue with your family is not worth it at all, yo. It is not. You know what I'm saying? I don't argue with people. And I don't go pick fights with people either. Not to make myself sound soft, you know what I'm saying, or scared. But I'm not fighting with people, you know what I'm saying, unless I have to. But I avoid that by leaving people alone. You know what I'm saying? Don't pick fights with people. Don't be in people's business. Don't try to be nosy. I stay to myself. I roll by myself. I roll solo. I'm a lone wolf, you know. Either I'm hanging with my girl, you know what I'm saying? Even you can't even argue with your husband or your girlfriend or your wife. You can't do that, you know what I'm saying? Because, like I said, you can either heated argument between you and your wife or you and your girlfriend can escalate in the heat of anger, in the moment of anger. You can stab that person to death or shoot that person down in the overkill, you know? So it is not worth it to argue. It's not worth it to raise your blood pressure and things like that. It is not worth it. I mean, so I had to talk about that, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, let me talk about that, you know what I'm saying? About that woman on 48 hours. It was an old recording show, you know what I'm saying? I said, oh, I'm gonna talk about this. I'm gonna talk about it so people in life in general may not look at this. You know what I'm saying? May not look at this at all. You know? So when you in a heated argument, so heated and you is lashing out in anger, you know, you can wind up killing somebody. That is a fact. You know what I'm saying? That is a fact, yo. You know what I'm saying? So avoid that. Don't even think about arguing with people. You know what I'm saying? Don't even argue with people. I don't argue with people. You know? So that's crazy. That is crazy. Woo. For real. Drewize Topics. You know what I'm saying? I am Drewize. You know? You can post a comment about what I just said. If you like to, what you think, you know what I'm saying? Because some of you may look at that and some of you may not look at that at all. You know what I'm saying? Don't even see that or don't like, oh, I didn't know that. You know what I'm saying? But when you get in an argument, man, you can escalate in killing somebody. You know what I'm saying? The heat, a moment of anger. Like, share, subscribe. You know? Good evening to y'all. You know what I'm saying? Y'all be easy. Have a nice day. You know what I'm saying? Focus on today, not tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? Tomorrow will be itself. But you worry about today. Drewize Topics. I am Drewize. Peace.